All right, James and I are going to be playing Cuphead, a very talked about game that just came out. By the time you see this video, the game will probably have been out for a little while. What do you know about this game? Do you know anything about it?
Very little. I love the vintage animation style already, but I don't really know anything else about it, so...
It's 1930s style animation as a game. It's not 1950s animation. It's not 1960s animation. It's very specifically like that early, like Disney, Warner Brothers style from the 30s. A Fleischer, like the early Popeye cartoons and all that. You can even see like the film grain going and stuff like that. So they did a very, very good job making it very specific to that period of animation. This is a very hard game. So this is the file I'm on right now. I'm going to start a new one. So you can start from the beginning.
Oh, even that was like the card stock that they used in the 30s.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
Oh, look at this. It's like an old storybook.
So would you just do what I'm doing, just hold it in the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like Silver Surfer where you have to continually tap the button.
Oh, God.
Good. That's the parry.
Oh, shit. I dropped down.
When you play, this game is two-player co-op, by the way.
Oh, cool.
We could do that. I could put another controller in. I feel the game's a little bit harder, I think, if you have two people because there's more going on.
Like Contra.
Like Contra, exactly.
Oh, boy, it looks great.
Doesn't it?
It plays great, too.
Now, you and I, like back in college, we always talk back in college. I feel like we say that all the time.
Uh-huh.
But you and I used to watch a lot of old cartoons.
Oh, we did,
you know?
yeah.
So, but this kind of animation, like 1930s, 1940s style animation, was what I really wanted to do. When we were in college, everything was changing. Film was changing to digital, and traditional animation was changing to computer animation. And it's I love Toy Story. It's like a great movie, and like I like 3D animation.
Oh, yeah.
But I never really had a desire to create 3D animation. I always liked the idea of drawing on paper and and all that. So that never really appealed to me. But I think it's great that here we are in 2017, and we're still seeing the type of animation that I love. But something that's interesting that you've told me before that I didn't know for years with us being friends, but you told me one day is that you actually were considering getting a degree in animation. Wasn't that true? At one point?
By the time I started college, it was definitely film. But earlier on, I took Saturday courses and summer courses for animation and film. And
you at one point did a little bit of animation, didn't you?
Yeah.
When you were younger?
I did like cutout animations. Animation appealed to me because you could imagine anything and draw it. Like you don't need to get the locations and like actually put stuff in front of a camera and get all these people to act. Like you could potentially make an animated film all by yourself.
Yeah.
You could do all the voices. You could do everything. Animation is so time consuming. But then with film, you have your own difficulties. Then you have to like get everything there. Everything needs to exist in some form. So either way, it's a ton of work. It's just what kind of work is it that you enjoy?
That you want to do.
Yeah, what do you enjoy doing?
And they ran into the same problem with this game. Basically, a few years back, there was a demo of this game where I think they just showed the first, the first few levels and like the first boss, and they felt like they wanted the game to be like longer. So they had a small crew, so there was a very positive response to the game, but it wasn't very like long. And as you can imagine, like doing all this animation, this is all like hand drawn and scanned in like animation and turned into a game. It's very unique. They turned what was a short demo of this into a full-fledged game, which is what we're playing here. So it took them a long time to make this game, and they had to get more of a crew than they originally planned on. They didn't know, how much, I guess, work it was going to be or whatnot.
More money, more time.
More money, more time to make it into a full game. But yeah, it's really, really cool. I'd like to see more games in this style with like this old and you were almost at the end actually.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. It's a notoriously hard game, and the one thing that people really talk about a lot with this is that it's a really, really difficult game, and some people think it's a little too difficult.
Okay.
And I can understand that because it is very, very difficult. And some people are asking them to put in a super easy mode for less experienced players. So that is the big complaint with the game, that it's just too damn hard. You know, as somebody who likes hard games, I can even say it's really, really hard. It's a really rough game. I think I like hard games more so than easy games, because hard games you can come back to again and again and again and again and again, where if a game's relatively easy, you can, if you beat a game the first time, you might not have much of a desire to come back to it. I mean, sometimes it depends, I guess. Like there's some games that are easy that I enjoy, but I don't know. Like, do you have any thoughts on that? As far as like, have you ever played a game that's like just too easy and you're not getting much satisfaction out of it because it's kind of just
probably I'm trying off the top of my head. I can't think of any, but yeah, there's definitely got to be some like that. You know, game's definitely too easy as Donkey by Bill Gates. Have we ever actually played that in a video? We've talked about that a lot.
We haven't.
That would, like,
just for the people that don't know, you want to explain to them what that is?
It was a PC game for DOS a long time ago. All it is shit. I was
that's what you had to do that.
Yeah, I forgot this. I'll tell you about it later, but it's incredibly easy. It's basically a car that's dodging a donkey on the road. So, but I don't know. We should track that down and maybe play it in a video.
Yeah. So there's boss fights, and the boss fights you can do on normal, or you can do them on easy, or you can do them on regular. But if you beat the whole game on regular, it unlocks. Apparently, it unlocks the expert mode, which I haven't even gotten to that yet.
You know, I feel like they had video games in the 30s, and this was it. This was the one video game from the 30s that existed, but it was so fucking hard, they just closed it up in a vault, and then it finally got discovered now.
It's like when Disney puts the films into a vault, they always say, "Oh, that movie's going back in the vault."
I mean, it's just weird with stuff like Tron. Remember when Tron Legacy came out? It's a sequel to a movie, but you're not allowed to see the original movie. They kind of just took the original movie off the shelves and made it hard to find for a while, just so that, like...
I mean, it's one of the biggest companies in the world, and one of the longest lasting ones, and there's a lot of rules and regulations and reasons why they do things the way they do things, so... There you go.
Like, I would think if there was part 2, like a sequel of a movie came out, you would want more people to see it, right?
You're talking about Tron.
Like, yeah, so with Tron, like, because a lot of times people don't see sequels because, oh, well, I haven't seen the first one. I want to see the first one before I see that one. That's the way I am, usually, at least.
I'm like that, too.
If you can't see the first one, but there's a part 2 out, it's like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, oh, if people see the first movie... I think the
idea behind it was that they didn't want the, like... I think they didn't want people to have preconceived conceptions of what the movie was gonna be.
Then don't make a Tron sequel.
Right.
Don't make a sequel.
I agree. But, I don't know, like, yeah, they have weird thoughts about things. I was playing Trivial Pursuit one time. And I'm playing Trivial Pursuit, and I pull out the card, and there is a question in it, and I read it, and it says, "How many people did Walt Disney kill?" And you flip it over, and the choices were 0, 1, 2, or 3.
Is this a joke question?
It's not a joke question.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, 0. He didn't kill. It's Walt Disney. He didn't kill anybody, and the answer was I think 1. So, there was a game of polo, and there was a polo accident.
Okay.
That happened, and apparently he killed somebody during a game of polo by accident.
Okay, so you're saying Walt Disney accidentally killed somebody during a polo game?
Yeah, and most people don't know about that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Gee. And I went to like research it, and like I couldn't really find a lot of info on it. But, like, there is, like, a little bit of info out there, but I feel like it's, like, buried.
Wow.
You know?
There is weird stories.
Yeah.
I was at a recording of that metal show, a live recording, and I actually watched an interview with Alice Cooper, like, right in front of me, and Alice Cooper told a story about how he almost shot Elvis, and like, I don't know.
What's that story?
Look into it. I mean, he tells it on that metal show.
That's
so.
interesting because he's not the only famous musician to have almost shot Elvis. Do you know the other story?
Was it Jerry Lee Lewis?
Oh, you know about that? Yeah.
A little bit,
yeah. So keep playing. I'll tell the audience about that one. So Jerry Lee Lewis, who, if you guys don't know who that is, he wrote Great Balls of Fire. I'm sure everybody pretty much knows that song. In the 70s, Jerry Lee Lewis went to Elvis's house, Graceland, and apparently, from what I know, he was like drunk off of his ass and crashed into the front gates of Graceland. Elvis had gates around his whole property, so it would be harder for people to get to his property. There you go. And basically, Jerry Lee Lewis was like, for some reason, who knows, he was like pissed off at Elvis, and he wanted to talk to Elvis, but Elvis was like in his house, not wanting to come out, watching what was going on outside, like on a monitor or like on security cameras. So Elvis was like in his kitchen, like looking at this guy who crashed into the front of gates of his house, and he's not coming outside to meet him. And Jerry Lee Lewis is like, "Come on outside, come out." Let me ask you a question. If somebody like some crazy person crashed into your mailbox, and you're like looking out your window and you see this, and they're like screaming and yelling at you, would you want to go out and talk to them?
No.
He's like, "Come on out and talk to me, Elvis." Like, yeah. Can you really blame Elvis for not like wanting to go out and talk to him? Anyway, though, so that's basically what happened, and then they dragged them off, and he was gonna shoot him or something. Who knows? Musicians, though, I guess they had a thing with wanting to kill Elvis. I don't know the Alice Cooper story. Oh, you're almost there, dude. If you get these guys, that might be the last dude.
Woo!
Oh, no. Come on, kill. Oh, I thought it was over. There you go.
All right, wow. That just became like mindless after a while. Like I just had to get into like a trance.
Sometimes I find when I play games, the less I'm paying attention, the better I'm doing.
Sometimes.
It's just, you just kind of get into like a...
Sometimes, yeah.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would recommend... there's the hard... could go through them again? It's not... I didn't really like spread. Roundabout. Roundabout is another weapon you can use. Personally, I would pick the heart for right now.
Okay.
That's my opinion. And then you only have one coin left, so that's all you can get for now.
Goodbye.
It's not actually Porky Pig, but it's, everything's like supposed to be something. So another thing I didn't tell you is your cards are filling up at the bottom. As your cards fill, you get other items or other powers. So when you want, you can hit the B button when there's an enemy on the screen, and it will give you a superpower. So maybe try it out. And watch the teardrops coming down.
What button again?
B. See, and now you got a spiral thing going around you that, I guess protects you a little bit more.
Oh, that's one crazy carrot.
I think this is the last swarm, so you're doing well. You only got one hit left, though. One more hit, you're dead. Watch out. It truly looks like a cartoon. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So there are a lot more boss fights in the game than there are side-scrolling stages.
It looks like Mickey Mouse with Sonic the Hedgehog's face with the head cut off, and then as a cup.
Yep. And the background is like the background from Donald Duck, too. Ooh, it's Flip the Frog. Bum, 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 bum. Remember when we did the Shit Pickle cartoons?
Yeah.
The intro to the Shit Pickle cartoon was me doing a parody of the Flip the Frog intro. The game is like I was saying, the game is mostly boss fights.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's like, it's heavy on boss fights. and the boss fights are all hard too. It's the kind of thing where they want you to do the boss fights over and over and over because they're so difficult, and you have to get used to the patterns. And that's where the sort of Mega Man aspect comes in, where, you know, when you're fighting, you know, some of the Mega Man robot masters, you might not know the first time until you know, choose the right ability or figure it out, you know.
Is he going to spit something, or whoa, what's going to happen?
He's going to roll again. There we go. Oh, he went into his mouth, and he turned into a slot machine.
Okay. Wow, all right.
Parry off the arm.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's so...
And
it's just like using a
watch
slot.
out. Watch out. Good. Look at him. Look at him go.
Whoa. Whoa.
Kicking his ass. 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 Watch out the coin. Parry time.
Oh, shit, motherfuck.
Now, look how far, though. You were good. Nice. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. Oh,
fucking shit.
Off.
Motherfuck.
Look, you're
Let's
so...
see.
Well,
wow. All right. Okay, I think I'm like going insane a little bit, so like I need to like look at something else for a minute. The art style is just phenomenal. Like, this is just, it looks amazing. And the control is great. Like, there's nothing stupid about it. It's I think it's really well thought out. I think like you said, it is like a little bit too hard.
I don't personally think it's too hard. I think there are people that feel that way.
Oh, okay.
I actually like the difficulty because for me that means it's a game that I can keep coming back to again and again and again.
Yeah.
And I really like a challenge. I will say that I think they probably should include an easier mode for people that want that. But I like it the way it is, and I'm actually really excited because I'm playing through it right now and trying to beat all the bosses on all the bosses on regular. And then when I do that, I really want to go through the game again and at least try it to do it on the expert. Like, that's interesting to me, to try to get through this crazy game like on the expert level. Like, that's exciting to me. So no, I don't have a problem with the difficulty, but I can understand that, and I do think that they, you know, with it being such a cartoony theme, it would be nice if like younger kids could play it who might not be able to, who might find this a little bit difficult. But I do like that they went for the hard aspect of it, so I don't know. I'm cool with that, and you know, I think the game's fantastic. I totally recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.